Today, Risha and I are going to be talking about renovations and how you get your contractor on the same page as you when you're doing a renovation. Obviously, it's teamwork. There's so many different people involved when you're tackling a renovation. That's what we're going to be talking about now. I'm working on a renovation. Risha currently has a renovation happening. So we're going to be talking about that. Tell us what's happening with you.
Well, it's always getting the contractor onto the same page as you so that they're doing what you envision. And, there's always a disconnect because of, I mean, not always, but there can be, and they're not always doing things like I want it done. I mean, they're supposed to, but then they get off on a tangent. They're doing their thing, which I totally understand because their job is very different than the job of the designer. I want these things done. So because it pushes my part of the project forward, right?
Right.
In this case, what was just like about us getting a mirror removed and remove the mirror, remove this mirror, which was just a plain, builder grade mirror that was on the wall that I wanted removed. Right from the get-go, it was always remove the mirror.
Yeah.
He does all the construction, he does everything else, remove the mirror still needs to be removed, and the painter comes in, remove the mirror, the painter paints, remove the mirror, the painter's gone, and the mirror is still there. And now the clients are like, "We like the mirror." I'm like, "Yeah, but now you purchase another mirror, and, I don't know if I can return that mirror."
Right.
But
So
and
this
it
is
wouldn't
where the
be
problem comes in.
Yeah, this is Yeah, and this is complicating the whole project. And it
Right.
wasn't it was part of the scope of work he agreed to, and B, it was part of the design. Granted, this wasn't a lot of design in this renovation. It was a lot of painting, and we redid, what's it called? A couple bathrooms, etc. So not the whole bathroom, just the shower stalls because they had water issues, right? So it was incorporating what they had with new materials and trying to make that all work, and then bring in a new paint color and paint cabinets,
Yeah.
upgrade but the end of the day, this was my design vision. Why are you not doing it? Like, why? Now I'm complicated because now I got to return this mirror. How? I don't know
Right.
if I
And if
can.
you can't return it, now then there's the cost. Who's paying for the cost?
Right.
So that's a problem. And the client is not using it, so obviously they don't want to pay for it. So
Right. And the other problem too isn't just that, okay, the mirror didn't get removed. If now the client says, okay, well, like we're going to keep the mirror because they have to, sort of, like it's not really their fault that they decided to keep the mirror, because it would have, if it had just gone in, like I said, finally at one point I was like, put the new mirror on top of the old mirror. It would work. It would have looked really good too. Because the
oh,
new mirror is decorative and it has gold
okay.
trimming, and the old mirror is just a piece of mirror. You know how builder grades do it? It would have looked good. Yeah. But at some point, I'm saying just do that, because the
Yeah.
painter is there and he's prepping it. Like, you pull off that old mirror, you're
Yeah.
going to have to fix that wall. Now
Yeah.
the painter is gone. And I'm like, who's fixing that wall?
Yeah.
Who's making the changes on that? Because the painter isn't responsible for that. He's like,
But is it the problem because the GC who's running the job with you is not the one that's there executing the work? So that information has to be relayed to whoever the person is that he's getting to do that.
well, it was a
That's what I've
combination.
gotten is the problem.
Well, this is a small builder, small contractor. He has a small
Okay.
team. He's doing, he does have a team, but he's also doing lots of some of the work too, right?
Okay.
So that can be a problem. I agree. And I've had that problem too, where
Yeah,
the
that's the
person that
problem.
closes the deal wasn't
Yes.
the person on the site. And the person that was,
That's where like the site walkthrough should have the GC, but also the trades. And they
yeah,
need to take notes.
yeah. I mean, I do a walkthrough with the GC. You will never get the GC to get all his trades there and walk it through.
I know, but that would eliminate a lot of problems
Yeah.
and a lot of miscommunication.
Yeah, and even though the GC is taking notes,
Are they
please,
really?
Are they
Yeah,
really? And
very
I take
few
notes.
GCs that I've ever
Yeah,
worked with in my 20 years have taken notes. Very
they
few.
don't take notes.
No.
And then I take notes, we make notes, we send them the notes to
Email the
say,
notes.
"Here are
Does
the
anyone
notes."
read the notes?
Like, do they read them?
Yeah.
Clearly not, because the mirror isn't removed.
Ugh, that sucks.
Yeah, so, and this is just time taken, inefficiencies, and, the client's not paying for all this time that is going back and forth, right? Like,
Yeah.
how like, so, like, it becomes more and more unprofitable for me to then do that, to oversee this project, but there's no other way to make sure that the clients get what I have presented and they have approved. You have to, as a designer, you have to oversee the project. I just don't see any other way of doing it.
Yeah.
I've also tried, like you give the plans. There's always questions. Well, what about this? And this isn't matching up. And then this, like forget
Yeah.
it. So I'm
Yeah. No.
refusing to, I'm not doing projects where there is any kind of construction, which is, most of it, even if it's just painting, where I'm not in charge. Like there is,
I agree. I do the same thing. If it's, any kind of renovation has to be full service because I mean, I remember like any full service, like big home builds or renovation that I've ever done, I'm on the site all the time.
yeah,
But you have to for things to be correct. Like I was always stopping in and checking like multiple times a week. And then the contractor would call me like, We got this delivery. Can you come over here?" Why full service is full service and why the cost attached to it is what it is because
yeah,
there is a lot.
right. And if the client is paying for the whole vision, like there is also, projects where I've done, which is not much, not really many construction, and it's just sort of, zhuzh
Oh,
up the space.
yeah.
And it could even be painting. It could even be painting, right? But, okay, like there isn't much project. I don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of project management, but yeah, anything with painting, little construction, you're going to be there.
Yeah, kitchens and bathrooms, the most time consuming.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah. So that sort of has been taking over my time. That's one project. I'm also doing a master suite, primary suite,
Okay.
if you want to be politically correct.
Yeah.
And that's construction, and that's, they're better. They're a little bit better in terms of, but it's still being a lot on the job. Like, did you do this? And then has it done,
Very time consuming. Is it the same contractor on that job or different contractor?
Different contractor. Yeah. Different contractor, different kind of scope of work. So, you got to have a few contractors. It's building these relationships because different contractors do different things. Better for this, better for that, or just, I don't know. I don't know. It's for me, it's a feel about who is going to be the better contractor for the job. It's the type of job, the type of work, and the client's
Yeah,
location.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Agree.
So I'm actually have a client. I judged up their apartment and they want to do a small bath in the city. So it's
Okay.
like, okay, I have a really good contractor that I like to use in the city, but he's expensive, I'm looking at it. I'm like, but of course, in New York City, things are just more expensive because, man, you have so many regulations. You can only start work at 8. You have to be out of the building by 4:30. Not like, oh, stop at 4:30. Out of the building, Um, parking. Like you got
Yes,
to drop
parking,
your supplies.
transportation is a nightmare.
Yeah. So you have to add on all that because so the cost of this small bathroom is like moving up in the 3 figures for a small bathroom, full bath. Yeah.
Okay.
And I totally understand it. The insurance,
Yeah.
so we'll see again. So I actually have another estimate from a contractor that I've been having conversations with, have not
Okay.
actually worked with, right? Question is, I haven't actually worked with them. So while the contractor that I would like to use
Yeah.
is more expensive, than the
Yeah.
contractor I haven't actually worked with.
Okay.
But I've worked with this contractor and I know how he works.
Mhm.
And it's more efficient for me.
Right.
But the price is, considerable enough that, I can
I
see
can
the
see.
client saying, well, I want to use this one. I'm like, okay, but I can see that not having the experience of working with them. And I do believe, like, you can only have so many conversations and then it's just like jump in and do the work together to see,
Right, right.
well, how much time will be required more because I've not worked with this contractor? Like, how much,
And it's also in the city, so it's a lot more time consuming for you if you have to go there.
mind you, it is so much easier, like doing FaceTime and video. I mean,
Yeah.
that's easy, right? Because then that means in many instances, I don't have to actually be there. It's like, okay, um, oh, like yesterday, there's this railing that we're doing in that primary suite because we're also doing a little loft project as well. So we're replacing the railing. And he's like, well, when are you going to be down here? I'm like, I don't need to be there to visualize it. I know exactly.
Right.
We can talk this through right now because I know the space. I know what I want. I've designed it. I've already put measurements on it. And now some of the measurements are changing slightly. So I'm like,
I'm like,
just let's
let's
talk
talk
through
through.
this and I can give you exactly what needs to be done without actually being there.
Right.
Because when we take out the newel post from the existing staircase, the railing, the the flooring doesn't go all the way under,
Yeah.
So instead of thinking I need a 6 inch, I'm gonna need a 6.5, right?
Okay.
So and this is a floor to ceiling, very, like, more modern railing, floor to ceiling, solid post with slats that go along. And then, of course, the slats were supposed to be 3 inches, but on 6.5 now, solid, like, 3 inches, and he's like, "Well, I can't the wood I got is not really 3 inches, I'm gonna make it more like 2 3/4, the minimum." I'm like, "Okay, no. We got a bigger post and smaller this, and so but I didn't have to be there. So after talking about, okay, what does he have? What are the parameters? I came back, I said, "Okay, I want it to flush up like this. I want this thicker. I want these smaller," all the details right there. So that was great.
Yeah, it's good.
Now, hopefully he's doing what I say.
Well, you'll have to go there to actually check though.
Right. But which I knew I had to anyways, I have to go down there, but, it's just nice that, the video, often you don't have to actually be there because you can see it. Like, as a designer,
Yeah.
like, look at that, okay. No, there's gonna be a problem. So, yeah. Well, I'm doing the Renee de Vigny. I think that's how you say her last name, de Vigny. She has a project management course for designers, right? Class. So I am taking that class because I really want to improve how our projects get done so we don't
Mhm.
have these issues. I just started the course, so that's why I'm having this issue, like, because now I'm like, "Okay, tell me how to get rid of this issue." But one of the first things that she has said that has stuck with me, is that the I have to remember that the contractor is always doing catch up. Like, I have visioned this room for 3 months,
Right.
and now the contractor's coming on, and he, like, has no idea
Yeah.
what all these conversations that I have, and so now he's doing catch up and trying to build this vision
Yeah.
of which he doesn't really know why these choices were made or what he knows maybe some of the choices, but,
Right.
you know, so I'm like, "Oh, that's so good." So that's definitely one thing that as I move into next project, is giving way more to the contractor and having a much more robust conversation over the final vision so that they're on board and they're not saying, "Why in the heck is she doing this?"
Right. They understand like why you're making certain decisions.
Yeah, because they'll come back. He's like, "Well, why do you have like the mirror thing? Like there was a vision there, my friend, but it's my fault because I should have clued it in on the vision." So
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I see it." And
Yeah.
that's why the mirror is going.
Maybe he liked the mirror the way it was.
I know he does, but that's why he's a contractor. That's why he's a contractor. Ugh. Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
look at we're here every week ish talking about these design on designing, the design tea on designing and what you do in your business, what you do, how you work with
Yeah.
other people, collaborate. If anybody has any questions, like please reach out, put it in the chat, DM us. We're always happy to talk about this stuff. Elizabeth has helped me immeasurably in many instances where I'm like, I don't know what to do. And then she's like, well, I do this. And I'm like, oh my God, it's been so helpful.
Yeah, and vice versa. So it's been good.
Yeah.
So we never know what we're going to talk about until that week because we see kind of like what we've been going through that week, and that's how we kind of decide the topics. But so we'll have a new topic for next week.
We always have new topics. It's always what's going on in our life,
Yeah.
which is, always going on, right? It's just new problems. Like
Yeah.
you are going to have problems, as we all know.
Yeah.
Just what problems do you want to have?
Exactly.
Right now, I don't want to have those contractor problems. So I'm figuring out like a different problem to have with them, such
Yes.
as they do such a good job and they do it too fast and I'm not ready.
There
That's
you go.
that's the problem I want to have. The
Exactly.
furniture hasn't come yet because they underestimated the amount of time or overestimated the amount of time, and now the furniture is not there. I don't know.
Fine.
That's it. Otherwise, what else you got going on? What are you doing in that Instagram video and Airbnb with stuff? Talk to me about that because that looked so.
So yesterday, I did like a content shoot. So with my social media girl, and we like batch content for the next like month or so, and she'll make reels. So we got an Airbnb and just shot a bunch of stuff there. They had like a beautiful backyard. So we just shot a bunch of content. It was super fun. It was like a good like break from, clients and projects just to do something creative. So now we'll be posting that over the next couple of weeks. Just some like fun reels and stuff. You'll
Okay,
see.
so
Yeah.
you using the Airbnb to maybe talk about like a
Like
little case
B-roll.
study
Yeah.
or
Just B-roll content of, like lifestyle content.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. It looked fun. You had a good time?
Yeah, it was good. So I
I
brought
want to
like
see
a
the
bunch of
content.
like props and, all my stuff, and we just had fun with it. You'll
Did you
see.
go swimming in the pool?
No, I just kind of sat there with my feet in, but I didn't go swimming. No, I was still working.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So no time for swimming.
Too bad. I mean, you're California. You're in Florida
Florida.
where it's warm.
Yes.
Last week it was 27 degrees when I got up in the morning on
God.
Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever it was. Today it's like 85 degrees. Explain that to me.
Yeah,
It's
that.
so hot. It's
Yeah.
great. It feels
Well,
like
that's
Florida.
good.
Yeah. So
Enjoy it.
I don't understand why you're not swimming in the pool. Didn't you have B-roll of you like,
You know what's funny? I swear I have not swam in my pool in probably 8 months.
what? Why?
I don't know. Well, because the water's cold in the winter.
Do you heat do you heat the pool in Florida?
The thing with the heater is you got to turn it on really like the day before you want to go in it. So you can't just decide, oh, I'm going to go in the pool and turn on the heater because it's never going to heat. The pool is humongous.
Right. So why don't you just keep it going? And then you could go in the pool every day. I don't know. No, I have no idea. I don't have a pool.
Yes, it's very costly to run it all the time and you're not even in it. I
Well, wouldn't
used to
that force
I
you to
used
get
to
in
go
it
in
if you knew? Like, okay,
I used to be in a routine where I'd go to the gym in the morning and then I'd come home and I'd go in the pool every day and I'd do like a cold plunge because it was so cold in the winter and I loved it, but I just didn't do it this year. I don't know. I've been off my pool game. I got to get back into
off
it.
your pool game. Yeah, clearly.
Just do some swimming even for exercise, like
Yeah,
laps.
it's good exercise. It's good exercise.
I got to get
Cold
back.
plunge, not my. I know people who do that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's cold. But
Did
it's
you
supposed to
like
be
doing
really
that
good
in the
for you.
pool?
I
Yeah.
did. I mean, it's supposed to be really good for you.
I can think of many things that are really good for me. Cold plunging would not be one that what I would necessarily have to do, but I do know people who love it.
Yes. Well, we'll see. I got to get back into doing it. But yeah, so we shot a bunch of content
Oh,
and
cool. It looked
yeah,
fun.
yeah, it was fun.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah. We still gotta see your Japan content.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was just talking, about, like, oh, getting it posted. It just yes. I got some good pictures and, it's so beautiful. Just a different like, can you imagine? There's, like, just so many different worlds happening. Even
I
between you and me, like, you got a pool and cold plunging. I'm cold plunging in the air last week, 27 degrees. Like, was your pool that cold? Because I can tell you it was cold here. Yeah. So many different worlds, really.
exactly.
Yeah. Interesting was, a lot of the aesthetic is so modern, which we're seeing here with the light wood, the white walls, that no trim, which is actually that primary suite. That's what I'm really embracing in that. That's what my client
Okay.
is looking for. But it was, it's very typical in Japan, even old Japan,
Oh,
like where it's yeah. Or old or dark wood with white and yeah. So that was good to see that. How are they finishing the trim and how does this go? And then the posts and very yeah, yeah. So yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Next week.
excited because last week? Yeah,
Mhm.
on Friday, I went stone shopping with a client because I have a client that, thank God, does not want quartz. She wants real
Oh,
stone in her kitchen. I'm like, "Thank you."
nice.
Nice. Oh my god, so we went to a couple of different stone yards, and the last stop, we did, like, 5 of them. We finally found, like, the perfect stone.
Well, that's so
So
beautiful.
excited because 'cause we're doing for her, like, a mix of, like, creamy white cabinetry, but also a lot of walnut cabinetry.
Love that.
So
I
beautiful.
love walnut.
Yeah, so we found, like, this amazing stone, and I can't wait to, like, see it done in the kitchen. Because 'cause I hate quartz. I mean, I understand, like,
Yeah.
people need to use it, but marble or real stone is
Oh my gosh.
millions
Yes.
times better.
Yeah. I agree.
Being in Europe so many times, like, in the
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, "Oh my
Seriously.
I don't wanna look at anything but, like, real stone and marble." So I
So
was excited.
tell me
Tell me,
this,
are
your
you
client with
excited
the
with the
walnut,
walnut?
is that walnut veneer? Is it solid? What tell me about those cabinets. I'd like to know a little bit. Like, do you know? Do you know what like I mean, I know you know, but
It's not all solid wood like my guy used to make them in Brooklyn because of the
yeah.
weather here, you know?
Okay.
But I
Yeah,
have
so
to say the cabinetry is coming from the company that the contractor uses,
okay.
and the walnut sample that it's like a new into their line, and the walnut was beautiful, like the sample that we saw. So, I'm
So
excited to see it because 'cause I've always used real walnut wood in New
right.
York, but I haven't used walnut here because everyone here likes white and, like, white oak and, like, very light, so I was super excited when this client wanted a darker wood and she loved the walnut. I was like, "Oh, thank you."
I love that.
I'm excited to see it. It was beautiful, so
So it's veneer on MDF, veneer on like what is the cabinet? Is it a veneer
I
on
think so.
a birch?
I
Is
don't
that
know. I would have to look at it and see. I don't remember for this one, but it's super nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's what they're coming out with for cabinetry and millwork, like, I just did a whole built-in,
Mhm.
and it's a laminate oak, and the cost was, like, quite a bit like, there was quite a big cost difference,
Yeah.
but I have to say that, I mean, the guy who did the whole built-in did a really good job
Mhm.
too, and I think that's also key. It's not just, like,
Yeah.
some, Joe Schmo putting in shelves, right? But the laminate actually it has a grain, it has a texture to it, so it's not flat, but it looks really, really good.
Well, that's the way this one looked. It's very realistic with the
Yeah,
tones and the grain, and I was really surprised for something that was really more of a stock, like, semi-custom product,
right.
but it looked great, and it had,
Yeah.
like, 2-week lead time.
Wow. That's nice. Okay.
So, I'm excited to see that come together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
finding
fun
those
to
design
design
elements or
elements or
those
those
pieces
pieces
that,
that, you know.
help drive the vision, but, it's, like, easier on the pocketbook.
Mhm.
'Cause solid walnut, I'm like, almost like, not happening. Nobody's doing solid walnut. I mean, you can.
Yeah, I've done it before. It's beautiful,
Yeah,
but
of course. It's
yeah,
gorgeous. I've
yeah,
done it, but
yeah.
years ago. Not
Yeah,
so.
I did it pre-COVID, so I can't imagine, like, what it is now, like, the real
So
like
I'm
a
doing a dining room for a client, and it's really more traditional. And she has a sideboard that is, has the glass uppercase and then the doors on the bottom. And it's needs some love and care. It's been used in different home, with her mom and her grandma or something like that. So we got an estimate for refinishing.
Yeah,
Well, the estimate is, she's like, "Well, couldn't we what would it cost new to get this cabinet?"
yeah,
I was like, "Well, you could get a new cabinet, but you don't get the same, that old kind of traditional
character,
style with the little it's not the same quality of wood.
right.
Would it be it's probably gonna be more expensive, I don't know, to go and get it like, I'm really a big proponent of, like, refinishing these beautiful old pieces.
Yeah,
But it is an expensive endeavor. It's like almost 7 grand, 7, 8 grand to finish it.
yeah. Well,
But it's
with something like that, it's really about the history and the character of it, you know? So, when
yeah,
you bring that out and put something new, then you lose that.
yeah. Well, that's a freestanding piece. It's a freestanding piece, and it's sort of like a shame because actually it could live another 100 years if it was,
Yeah,
I mean, it's fine the way it is right now. It's just not it's got chips and gouges and,
yeah.
you know
Yeah, no, refinishing furniture like that is always pretty pricey.
yeah, but and I think prices have gone up. Labor has gotten so expensive too,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
I feel like all my what's it called?
So did
All
you
my
get
pricing,
yeah,
I just have to keep oh my goodness, every time I price up the project I'm working on, I'm like, "That
goes up.
seems to me that went up."
Did you get a few different prices for refinishing that piece or just one?
Well, there is a gentleman that I know who does a really good job. He's, like, European, trained, and,
You
it's delicate piece. It's not, just a big wood
yeah,
dresser or something, with flat surfaces. It's got beautiful, intricate and I feel like, okay, yeah, I could probably get somebody to do it less expensive, but
don't really trust.
is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Because yeah,
What did the client say?
she's like, "Wow,
Are
oh,
they
that's
thinking about it? Or was it a
yeah."
no? Thinking about it.
Well, she's like, "Well, couldn't I get a vintage piece for about that price?" I'm like, "Maybe. That doesn't need to be finished? Maybe, but it's about this piece that you have in the family that you want to
Right,
keep,
preserve.
right?" So there's I don't know. It was just, comparing pricing and looking at what can I do? What is doable?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm sure everybody's pricing click, 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 cha-ching, cha-ching, right? It just keeps going up.
it does. I mean, even the antique stores here where I am, I mean, everything is very pricey. Antique pieces. I don't know where these places are where people like make these videos and they find like these amazing heirlooms and they're all really cheap, like on the side of it's like an antique store on the side of a road somewhere. I'm like, where are these places? Because they're not here.
Well, it is a lot of like estate sales, garage sales, thrift shops. It's a lot of and that's the thing with like yes, we could probably find something on Facebook Marketplace, but the amount of time required to actually
Yeah.
continue to search and look and then I got to go and pick it up. I got to pay somebody like how am I
But
getting
with the
this
people selling them, like, I don't know. I don't like that.
So, it's like it doesn't make any sense because now you're gonna be paying for my time, and, like, if that's what you wanna do, go do it, but,
Yeah. I
like,
agree.
I'm
Because at least with the vintage, and antique stores, like, it's already curated for you.
yeah,
They've dug through all the things and found the best pieces, and that's why you're paying a premium.
that's why you're paying for me,
If you wanna
exactly,
dig through it and go shopping in a million places and try to find it,
right.
that's the difference.
Well, that's why, we have our vendors that we use because 'cause we're like, "Oh, I want that, I gotta go and talk to so and so, they're gonna have something."
Right.
So, yeah,
Everyone has to get paid.
somehow, somehow, yeah, that would
I
be
was
nice.
having this conversation with my husband because he's having, like, some things priced out for our house, and he's, like, calling people and getting I let him handle stuff for our own house. He's calling people and getting quotes, and he's like, "Well, this one wants to charge a little bit more," but he's, like, the middleman. I'm like, "Yeah, but he's doing the work. He's sourcing it for you. He has to get paid." Like,
Yeah,
you know? Like,
I know.
so I'm trying to explain, like, I'm also a middle person as well, like we are with certain things. Like, we are doing the sourcing, the ordering, the procurement, the delivery, the oversight. We have to get paid. Like, that's
Yep,
what we're getting paid for.
yep, yep,
So
yep, yep.
funny. But yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. Well, that's it for today. We will see you guys next Tuesday. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you on next week's Design Tea. Bye.